We are back with Bethany Oberg, the Clinical Director of the Calming Center of Mount Airy, and John Stoffel, Vice President of Retail Operations for Goodwill Industries of Northwest North Carolina. We're talking about all things donating and things of that nature. All right, before we go any farther for any of the questions, let's just talk about when people donate and you guys have money from things that you have sold. What do you do with that money? How are the programs served?
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, we would donate clothes to our local Goodwill, and you feel good doing it because you think you're giving clothes and people are getting a great value to buy them. But we do that. But the big thing we do is our mission, and our mission is to enhance the lives of others through training and workforce development. So we like to say we give a hand up, not a handout, because last year we served 35,000 people in our communities. And we call them participants because they have to participate in the training and the development. We don't get them jobs, we develop them into careers. So out of the 35,000 people, you think about what we do. Well, we provide forklift training classes, CDL track classes. If you want to be a chef, culinary training. We just are in partnership with, it's called Meet and Net. It's tech skills for life and employment. So we're always changing what skills and training we offer. If you think about youth services, we have a really special program called Project Reentry, which is basically justice-involved individuals that we help get back in the workplace. Veterans, skills training. We have a prosperity center, a professional center in our Goodwill. So you name it, we got it. But out of our 51 stores in 31 counties, we were able to help 35,000 people. And that's better than the 26,000 in 2022. But it also created $57 million of economic impact in the communities. And then at the end of the day, we like to have fun too. I don't know if you've heard about Color Be Goodwill in Asheville. It's a fashion show that's all participants take clothes from our stores. It's always sold out, and I might get in trouble from my marketing team, but we're going to do that here in Winston soon as well.
Cool.
But there's so much there, and there's so much more if you check out our website. There's just so much we do. But that's really how every 87 cents of every dollar goes straight into our mission. And if you take a good nonprofit, it's usually 75 cents out of every dollar. So we're really proud about that. We've been in business since 1926, and our legacy is there, and it's strong, and it's mission focused. So that's where it goes.
Okay. All right, so you might be thinking that there are some things that you might have at home and you're like, oh, maybe we should, it's time to get rid of that. I know that there's like an emotional thing. There's usually one person in the house who likes to keep stuff and one person in the house who doesn't. So if you're the person in the house who doesn't like to keep stuff, how do you help the other person go through that?
Great question. I would recommend something we call like a soft startup to that conversation. Let's say this is a couple, like a husband and wife, being able to say, hey, honey, I know you really love this collection of coffee mugs. I was wondering if we could sit together and go through some of them and pick out your absolute favorites that we can display and really shine in our home, and maybe donate the other ones. Always lovingly and in a soft way is the best way to have those, especially if you know your partner has a very strong attachment to their things.
That is a great answer. I hope my husband was listening. Okay. All right, John, we have a whole slew of questions of different things that people want to know if they can donate. Should things that need minor repairs, like let's say a lamp that needs a new switch, should it be donated or discarded?
We could take those, no problem. We'll take them.
How about fabric by the yard?
Yep, bring it on in.
Bring that in too.
Bring it on in.
All right, this person says, I heard rumors that there's an online Goodwill store that sells high-end items. Is this true, and is it an auction situation?
Yes, so we sell in shopgoodwill.com, and we sell a great amount of your items in there. We also sell on eBay as well. We have our own store, so we do a lot of business there, and we take your donations. And yeah, we have an auction, buy it now function and an auction function on both.
Okay,
yeah.
Fantastic. And what kind of high-end items are we talking about?
Anything you can bring, anything. So it's really hard to say specifically what, because there's a gambit. But you talk about jewelry, you talk about we just started selling textiles 6 months ago, so all your clothing is now sold online as well. So you name it, we got it online, and we probably got it in stores too.
Okay, and do you take appliances like dishwashers, microwaves, stoves, washers, dryers?
I wish we did, but those we don't. Okay. We don't take those. Wish we did, but we don't.
Okay, gotcha. All right, what happens if you have like a kid who also likes to keep a whole bunch of stuff? how do you help the kid figure out what they need and what they don't? Because, you know, like every Christmas, you're going to get a whole bunch of toys and things of that nature, but then they got all those other toys, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, this would depend greatly on the age of said kid because
Okay.
if they're little, sometimes you just can go in and remove things and they don't notice. But maybe you're talking more like with a teenager. Again, it's just good communication to have a conversation about, hey, like your room, it's really hard to keep it tidy and clean with all of this stuff. Can I help you sort through some of this? You know, especially with toys that maybe some other kid would really enjoy or that they've really grown out of. Here in the mental health world, we know that a tidy space really does help the brain feel better. And it's just overall easier to keep a tidy space with less stuff in it. So I think as a parent, that's a good conversation to have. It's also a good thing to role model as a parent. So if you want your young person to have a tidy space and be able to donate things and declutter, then it is good that you are also a person who can go through things and declutter and tidy.
Got it. Speaking to everybody out there. Okay.